Hi! Today we are going through a quick and simple overview of how our employees can utilize the employee self-service feature of our payroll system. Our payroll system is completely integrated to include employee self-service, manager, and payroll HR director. Having a complete and true integration is one of the most critical facets in today's back office management. As an employee, I start by entering my user ID and password into a completely secure web portal, which brings me to this home screen. You can see this is our secure web portal address. All of my workflow menus are located on the left-hand menu screen, and we'll start today by looking at the following. So here is my left-hand menu screen. I want to begin by showing you the company phone book. In the past, whenever I needed to find contact information for another employee, I would go straight to my manager or HR director and ask them to look up the requested information. Now I simply click on a company phone book which contains all of the contact information that I might need. For example, if I need to go and email Angela Maven, but I have no idea what her email address is, I simply come down to Angela's name. I see all of the employees for this company's address. I click on her email address and I can quickly send her an email. Next, I want to look at my policies and documents. Here I can access information such as I-9s, W-4s, and employee handbooks. All of these documents are implemented by the HR payroll director, and they can upload any electronic document that they so desire. So if I needed to come and bring up my employee handbook, I simply click on the link. I wait for it to open, and then I can either print out or go and review my employee handbook online. Now we're going to skip down to benefits. There are many other features under the workplace menu, such as assets, but I want to jump down to benefits. In my benefits, my wife is always asking me questions regarding our 401k plan and the health insurance benefits, and most of the time I simply do not know the answer. I would love to be able to call my HR director after hours, but she will not release her personal phone number to any of the employees. So I'm stuck telling my wife that I don't know the answer one more time. With benefit links located in my ESS portal, I can quickly get the answer that might need a direct access to the carrier's website. So, if I click on current plans, I can view all of the plans that I am currently signed up for. For example, as I mentioned, my 401k plan. I get to see the links that take me directly to the company's website. I get to see the effective dates, my total cost, benefit amount, and any deductibles. So for example, the benefit amount down on my basic life insurance is $110,000. If I click on the link, it will take me directly to that site. So now you can see that I am into the web page of my 401k provider. Next on my list is probably the most popular button. That is this payroll button. And that is because under the payroll I have 4 categories that are always very important to me. The first being my compensation. Compensation statements are valuable both to the employee and the employer because it shows my true total compensation. Not only do I get to see what my gross payroll is, but I also get to see what all of my benefit plans are and the total amount employer taxes that my employer pays to have me as an employee. I can see at the bottom my total employer costs. In this example, it's $12,997.65, my annual salary for my adjusted compensation. Always, I am looking for my paycheck stubs. I have direct deposit, and whenever I need to go and print out a stub, I simply come to my portal and I click on the stub that I actually want to look at. So if I need to go back to 8/27 of 2010, Maybe I need to do this for my mortgage company. I simply click on that and print it out by clicking on the print link, and now I can pass that information off onto who needs to have that information. Time off. Time off is a critical and valuable tool for all involved within our company. This is where I actually get to request days off to my manager. When I click on the time off link, it brings up all so far to date, plus the amount of hours requested. If I actually need to request time off, our system is based on transaction approval and notifications. What that actually means is anytime I do something in the system that needs a manager's approval, the manager receives a notification both through an internal email and an external email, and then they are able to make their decision. So if I wanted to request time off, I simply click on the request time off button, I enter the type of time off that I want, in this case vacation, and I go ahead and I enter the amount of hours that I would like to have off for that particular day. I can then finalize, comment, and click Save. Yes, I am sure that I want to submit the request, and as soon as I click OK, that request notification has been sent to my manager for my manager's approval. Once my manager makes the decision, I will receive notification back that I can either have the time off or my time off request has been rejected and I will need to apply for different time off. Finally, under the payroll button is the W-2 forms. Last year, I had lost my W-2 and I had to go to my manager. My manager had to go to the HR director, and the HR director happened to be out sick that week. This was also the week when all of our taxes were due. Simply now come on to the portal. I go and I choose which year that I need the W-2 for. I bring it up and I print it out, and I can now give it to my accountant so that I am not going to be late on filing my taxes this year. I love this feature. Finally, employee information. One of the most mundane tasks for any payroll HR department is simply updating employee demographic information. New phone numbers, changes in addresses, and updating education or training certificates. This is a task that must absolutely be kept up to date, but now it is up to me as the employee to keep this information current. I love that portion because I actually get to enter any time I have a change. I simply click on the information and employee information link. This brings up all of my demographic information. So, if I needed to change an email address, if I needed to change a phone number, an address, whatever it might be, I get to enter that information here by clicking on the Edit button. I also get to input other information that is vital to my position here in the company. For example, certificates and licenses, certification into my system, and all of my supervisors can see that kind of certification. Contacts. Under my contacts, this is where I get to list those people that need to be called in an emergency. So for example, in this case, my wife would be the first one I would enter in here to have access in case of an emergency. Education, employment history, skills, and tests. All of this kind of information is vital to the company, but they no longer have to go around asking me for it, and I am able to input and update, again, all of my supervisors anytime I have something entered in to this section. Because of notifications and transaction routing, anytime anything is changed within here, those people that are designated as my managers will receive notification that it has been updated. Thank you. I hope this is helpful in your training.